Good day to you, child of God. This is the Remnant Seed Bible Study Channel. Welcome. What a blessing this Passover has been. It just seems really special. Beloved, I want to try to explain to you what is going on in the world today, what I see, my 2 cents. It just seems like at some point in time, and I'll go back to 2015 when the Supreme Court legalized marriage between two men and two women, homosexual marriage, and it seems like ever since then there was like I don't know how you what you would call it, a portal was open, whatever you want to call it, and the demonics just came pouring out like a flood. And ever since then, we've just seen our world just get completely wacky. And this is unprecedented, beloved. This has never happened before. Where these people can get operations and change their sex, and men are having babies, and men are competing in women's sports, and we got perverts in the classroom. We got people having their sex changed at 5 years old, and these parents who do this to me, are guilty of child abuse. These people are wacko. There's something wrong with them. They're not connecting. And I want to show you what's going on. I believe this is all demonic. They've actually made a covenant with the devil, and that's the name of this video, is a covenant with the devil. I want to show you the scriptures for this. And then I'm going to do another video, a follow-up on this about the locust army, which I've put out a lot of videos about. But beloved, when you look at the world around you, look at the Bible, you use your brain, you use your knowledge of the scriptures, and you try to relate the world to the scriptures. You don't relate the scriptures to the world. The Bible dictates what happens in the future. If it's not written, it's not going to happen. So I believe this evil, this outpouring of evil, is because a lot of these people have made a covenant with the devil, and we find that mainly in Daniel. But let's go over some of these other verses here in Isaiah 28:15. Because you have said, we made a covenant with death, and with hell we're in agreement. With the overflowing scourge shall pass through, it shall not come unto us, for we've made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. And basically, they made a covenant with the devil, and lies and deception are their refuge. That's how they get away with this. And just look at the lies. Everything you see nowadays is based on deception. It's really hard to find any truth anywhere, beloved. It's just absolutely a world full of lies. And this overflowing scourge, they think that because they've put their trust in the devil, they're going to get away from all this, and the devil has lied to them. He is a bald-faced liar. He has lied to all these people, and they think they're hiding behind the devil and their lies, but they're not. God will uncover everything, and those who have eyes to see and ears to hear know what's going on behind the scenes. They're not falling for any of this deception. And beloved, we've never seen such deception in the world. It's just unreal. All right, and beloved, they ain't hiding nothing from us. But, pardon the vernacular, but I'm an old country boy, and I see right through these idiots. And that's what they are. They're idiots. And beloved, we put up a standard against the refuge of lies, and it's Christ. And therefore, thus saith the Lord God, behold, I lay in Zion for a foundation stone, a tried stone, a precious cornerstone, a sure foundation, and he that believeth shall not make haste. Judgment will also lay to the lion, and righteousness to the plummet, and the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies. The hail is symbolic of truth, and it uncovers every lie that's being told out there. And if you know God's word, you're not going to fall for any of this. And this deception goes for the Christian world too. The churches right now are completely deceived. We got them actually celebrating Easter this year on Hitler's birthday. Can you imagine that? The ignorance in the church is just, it just blows me away, beloved. I cannot believe this, some of the things that they do and call it church. It just blows me away, beloved. I can't understand how somebody in their right mind could celebrate Easter or Passover on Hitler's birthday and think it's okay. But yet, that's what we see the churches. They're all lining up right now, and I think that God has had it with the church. And if this year, I'm not making any predictions, okay? I'm just saying this year, if you celebrate Easter or Passover, whatever you call it, on Hitler's birthday, you're gonna anger God. I know, that's all I'll say. Okay? Let's go to Daniel 9:25 now. Know therefore and understand that from the going forth of the commandment to restore and rebuild Jerusalem unto the Messiah, the prince, shall be 7 weeks, and 62 weeks shall the street be built again, and the wall even in troublous times. The temple will be rebuilt. And this prophecy from the temple being rebuilt until Christ, we all know the time. We're not going to, that's not the objectivity of this video. We're going to leave all that for other studies, okay? We're just going to focus on this covenant. Okay, and so we have that. That's in the past, okay? Now we go to verse 26, which just completely comes out of nowhere. And we have the verse beginning with and, so you got to throw your guard up right here, beloved. And after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off. This is when Messiah was crucified, okay? And that prophecy goes up to there, and then we have Messiah being crucified, and the very next thing, we have the people of the prince that shall come and destroy the city and the sanctuary, and the end thereof shall be with the flood, and unto the end of the war desolations are determined. Okay, now this is speaking about the very end and the time of the very end, and it's talking about Messiah from Christ's crucifixion. We're going to have this time, well, where the people of the prince, so they're actually these people that have made a covenant with the devil. In Isaiah, the very first verse I quoted and posted in this video, these are the people that have made a covenant with death. They have made a covenant with the prince and the power of the air, which is Satan. And they're going to come and destroy the city and the sanctuary, and I'll tell you what these are symbolic of. And the end thereof, see the word end? With the flood unto the end of the war desolations are determined. This is the flood of lies in Revelation 12. Same flood. And verse 26 covers a wide span of time. It covers the death of Jesus, which is the beginning of a new age as we now live in. We actually, the Gregorian calendar is 2025 AD, after death. Okay, and this is the countdown. Over 2,000 years. It's been on. Halfway through the verse 26, we jump to the end times and the destruction of the city and the sanctuary. And the city represents the dwelling place of Christians wherever they live, okay? And the sanctuary represents the love of God in your heart. You hold God in your heart. We are the body of Christ. So these people that made a covenant with the devil will come to destroy you. Every Christian, they are coming against us, okay? Make no mistake about it. All right, now Satan below will make a covenant with many people, and they'll turn their back on God and take communion to the devil. And this is all set in the time of the end. Verse 27 in Daniel 9, and he shall confirm the covenant with many for 1 week, and in the midst of the week he shall cause the sacrifice and the oblation to cease. And for the overspreading of abominations, he shall make it desolate, even until the consummation. And we're speaking about the very end. The consummation is the very end. And this is all set in the time of the very end, which I believe you are in, beloved. And let me say something here. You got to make the distinction between the time right before the end and then the time just right up until the end itself. Okay, and this is all set in the time before the end. So you got the time before the entrance of the Antichrist when he's cast to heaven, and then you have the time that he's actually here on the earth. And we will all know when he's here, but you got to make that distinction, okay? Some of this is after Satan makes his appearance on the earth. Okay, and I believe this covenant is being made right now, and they're preparing the way for the Antichrist to make his appearance. The deception, all of this, all the apparatus is put into place right now, and it's a perfect setup to promote Satan as Jesus Christ. And you can make no mistake about it. These people of the prince want you to worship the devil, and they're going to try to make you believe that the devil is God, and they're going to use all their power, all the power of the media, to try to deceive people into believing that Satan is actually Jesus Christ. This is a deadly game, beloved, and if you're not informed, you will be deceived. Okay, now I love this verse, Zechariah 4:10. These are God's elect, and they will not bow a knee to Baal during this time. For he hath despised the day of small things, for they shall rejoice and see the plummet in the hand of Zerubbabel with those 7. They are the eyes of the Lord which run to and fro through the earth. And the plummet is symbolic for truth. They are going to set the standard for the truth, and then they're going to call all the others out in the end times, beloved. Okay, now we got one of the names of Satan is death, and it's found in Hebrews 2:14. For as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood, he also himself likewise took part of the same, that through death he might destroy him that had power of death, that is the devil. And this is telling this one of Satan's names. Okay? You're delivered up to death, you're delivered up to Satan. And it seems like I've already talked about this, beloved, but let's say it again. It seems as if there was a turning point around 2015 in our world. Okay, and it's right after the Supreme Court ruled on homosexual marriage. And it's as if a portal were opened up and the evil just came pouring out, and it's poured out like a flood, beloved. It's unreal, the amount of evil that we were experiencing in the world. There's like no truth in the land at all. A false reality has been poured into the world like a flood. Many have fallen for it. It's purely demonic. And Satan is their leader. These people are crazy, freaky, evil people, and the things that come out of their mouths are evil. Never witnessed this on such a worldwide scale, and this deception is biblical, beloved. Would a normal parent be willing to mutilate their own children at age 5? Would he let a dirty old man go to the bathroom with their daughter? Would they let a transvestite dance in front of their children at school if they were in their right mind? No, they wouldn't. Okay? And this is just a few of the disgusting false realities these freaks have tried to force down our throats. And these are the same idiots who try to tell you babies aren't human beings until they're out of the womb. Climate change, Easter bunny, Santa, the tooth fairy. This includes the church, beloved. 29 different genders, men and women's sports, all these different pronouns, and the change of the English language, men having babies, menstrual cycles. It's insane. Absolutely insane. And the political lies, beloved, it's just they spew this stuff out 24/7. Okay? All right, the flood of lies the people of the prince use. They follow Satan, and they use the same tactics to prepare for his appearance on the earth. And that's what's happening right now, beloved. Anything goes, okay? Revelation 12:13, this is the woman, the church, that the dragon cast a flood of lies after. And this is the people of the prince. They are after you, beloved. They are your mortal enemies, whether you like it or not. And when the dragon saw that he was cast under the earth, he persecuted the woman, the church, the bride of Christ, she, the church, which brought forth the man-child, Jesus Christ. And to the woman were given two wings of a great eagle, that she might fly into the wilderness, into her place where she is nourished for a times and a half time from the face of the serpent. And the serpent cast out of his mouth water as a flood after the woman, that he might cause her to be carried away of the flood. And this flood is happening right now. It's a flood of lies, and Satan has caused this to happen. He's not de facto here on earth, but this is already happening, beloved. The people of the prince are after the people of the sanctuary in Daniel. They are after you. The people of the prince want all Christians dead. Okay, you are standing in their way. You are their mortal enemy. Okay, and the earth helped the woman. The earth helped the church to hide from this, and that's probably what we're going to have to do, is go out into the wilderness, beloved, during the final days of this great tribulation. And the earth opened her mouth and swallowed up the flood which the dragon cast out of his mouth. Somehow the earth helps the woman to overcome these lies, beloved, and we'll see how that plays out. Revelation 9:17. Now we go to the locust army, beloved. These are the locust army. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, having breastplates of fire and of jacinth and of brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as heads of lions, and out of their mouths issued fire, smoke, and brimstone. It's lies. And by these three was the third part of the men killed by fire, and by the smoke, and by the brimstone, which issued out of their mouth. Now this is all symbolic of lies, and these are people, beloved. And all of the animals described here are all just physical characteristics, or even mental characteristics or methods of operation that these people use are all mentioned here. All of these words are symbolic, beloved. And you find it right here. For their power is in their mouth. There's your clue, beloved. All of this is coming out of their mouth. It's all symbolic of lies and deception on a biblical scale. And in their tails, okay, and the power is in their mouth and in their tails, for tails were like unto serpents and had heads, and with them they do hurt. So all of these bugs are symbolic of lies, and the locusts and the horses and all of this are all symbolic of the things they do and the way they act. These are not literal locusts or literal bugs or like the scorpion. The analogy of the scorpion is really, really unique. The scorpion doesn't have a stomach, so he grabs his victim and gets his pincers out and sucks all the life right out of them, turns their back into mush, and turns their back into nothing, or they're like a jellyfish. And this is symbolic, for the deception is so strong that it completely paralyzes men. They don't know which way to turn. They're frozen because the deception is so strong they can't make a decision one way or the other. And beloved, this is where we are right now. And when you look around and you see all this stuff happening, know where it's coming from. It's coming from the devil. I just can't believe that human beings could be this evil. A parent could do that to their 5-year-old child. That is not normal. It's demonic. And the things that they're doing and saying right now, beloved, it's pure insanity. So anyway, I better go before I say something stupid again. That's it for this one. And I love you so much. I do this for you, beloved, to keep you informed so that you're not going to have so many rocks in your path. And I do this because I love you, and I love you very much. And that's the end of this lecture, and we'll see you on the next one.